Dogs are often called man's best friend, but what happens when that friendly companion suddenly bites your hand? It's easy to assume they're being aggressive or naughty, but the truth might surprise you. Yes, you heard that right. Dogs bite for various reasons, and understanding why they do it could completely change how you see your furry friend. In this video, we're exploring 10 eye-opening reasons behind your dog's biting behavior. Reason number 10, being fearful. Fear is the most common reason a dog might bite, especially in serious cases. Just like us, dogs react when they're scared or feel threatened. If a dog feels cornered or like it's under attack, it's way more likely to lash out. You can usually tell when a dog is getting scared by checking out its body language. Are they baring their teeth? Is the fur along their spine standing up? Are they growling? These are all signs that a dog is feeling anxious or aggressive. If you see this happening, it's best to slowly back away and give them space to calm down. Reason number 9, cranky behavior. Just like people can get grumpy when they're not feeling well, dogs can too. If your dog suddenly seems more aggressive than usual, it might be because they're in pain or uncomfortable. This could lead them to acting out, and sometimes that can escalate to a bite, especially if you touch a sensitive spot on their body. When a dog feels a sudden, sharp pain, they might react without thinking and lash out. If you accidentally triggered an unseen injury, that could easily explain why they bit you. It's always a good idea to keep an eye on unusual behavior and check for any hidden pain that might be bothering them. Reason number 8, resource guarding. Resource guarding happens when dogs get extremely protective over something, like a favorite toy, food, or even their space. They might start growling if they think someone's about to take their stuff or invade their area. If a hand reaches out to grab it, the dog might react by biting. It's like they're saying, "Back off, this is mine." To avoid this, never try to snatch something from your dog's mouth, as it can lead to trouble. Instead, teach them commands, like drop it or leave it, for when they start chewing on something they shouldn't. That way, you can handle the situation calmly without having to get too close to their prized possession. Reason number 7, their natural behavior. It's important to remember that biting is actually a natural part of how dogs interact. Most dogs won't seriously bite the people or pets they care about, but they might give a little nip now and then. As puppies, dogs learn the difference between playful biting and real aggression by playing with their siblings. Through trial and error, they figure out how hard is too hard based on how their brothers and sisters react. The tricky part? Humans are way more sensitive to being nipped than puppies are. So when a puppy moves into their new, forever home, they have to learn all these boundaries again. If a dog doesn't get proper training as a puppy to be gentle with humans, they might grow up thinking it's okay to bite. It's not that they're being aggressive or mean, they just never learned the right way to behave around people. That's why teaching them early on how to be gentle is so important for their development. Reason number 6, displacement disorder. Sometimes a dog might not actually bite you, but instead gently put their mouth around your arm, as if they're pretending to bite, but without using any pressure. This isn't really biting, it's called mouthing, and it's pretty common in dogs. Mouthing is what's known as a displacement behavior, which happens when a dog has built up energy because they can't do something they really want to do. It's kind of like when a little kid does the potty dance because they need to go but can't reach a bathroom. That extra energy has to come out somehow. So when your dog mouths, they're just trying to release that energy without actually biting you. It's their way of coping with the situation. Reason number 5, their breeds. Believe it or not, breed can have a big influence on how likely your dog is to bite. The top breed for bites, surprisingly, it's the Chihuahua, followed by the Dachshund. Who would have guessed, right? It's often the small ones you'd least expect. In fact, smaller breeds are generally more prone to biting than larger ones. Working breeds, especially herding dogs like border collies, are also more likely to nip. These dogs are bred to rely on their natural herding instincts, which can sometimes involve snapping at sheep to keep them in line. The catch? Herding dogs don't always care what they're herding. Sure, sheep are ideal, but they'll happily round up ducks or even young kids. And since little ones aren't always great at following orders, They might find themselves on the receiving end of a nip as the dog tries to herd them. It's just part of their instinct. Understanding these traits can help manage these behaviors. Reason number 4, playful bite. Playing with our dogs is a blast, but it's super important to help them understand that playing with us is a bit different than playing with other dogs. When dogs play with each other, they naturally bite and nip, which isn't a big deal for them since they have that protective fur. But for us, with our delicate skin, a playful bite can hurt. If your dog isn't used to playing with humans, they might bite without realizing it's not okay. Even well-trained dogs that have been taught not to bite during play can sometimes get a little too excited and forget the rules for a moment. No dog is perfect after all. That's why it's important to keep an eye on your pup's energy levels during playtime. If you notice they're getting too wound up, it's best to slow things down before they accidentally get too rough. Reason number 3, attention seeking. Dogs are known for being super needy and love constant attention to stay happy and healthy. If your dog feels like they aren't getting enough of your time, whether that's true or not, they might start doing things to grab your attention, like nipping or snapping. It's tough not to give in, especially when those behaviors can sting a little, but to help them break the habit, you need to stay firm. When your dog nips, calmly say, "No," and then step away from them. Wait until they stop nipping or doing other attention-seeking things before giving them the love they're asking for. Once they've calmed down, shower them with praise and maybe even a treat. Over time, your dog will realize that staying calm and quiet gets them attention way faster than barking or biting. With patience and consistency, they'll learn that good behavior is the best way to get what they want, and the nipping should slowly disappear. Reason number 2, Packmate behavior. Dogs are natural pack animals, and thousands of years ago, your furry friend would have been a wolf relying on their pack to survive. In today's world, you are their pack, and they feel it's their job to protect you. While this instinct is sweet, it doesn't always play out in the most helpful way. Some dogs make amazing protectors. You've probably heard stories like Axel, a British dog who saved his 86-year-old owner from a home intruder by biting the attacker and chasing them away. But in other cases, this instinct can show up as unnecessary aggression toward anyone the dog doesn't know, whether it's your partner, friends, family members, or even the delivery person. Another situation where this protective instinct can be tricky is when your dog becomes a new mom. A fresh litter of puppies is super exciting, but you've got to be careful. Never approach the puppies unless the mama dog seems totally okay with it. New mama dogs are fiercely protective and will defend their babies if they feel even the slightest threat. It's always best to give them space and only interact when the mom feels comfortable with your presence. Reason number 1, a sign of love. Getting bitten by your dog can hurt more than just your skin. It can hurt your feelings too. You might even start to wonder if your dog doesn't love you anymore. But that's not the case at all. Sometimes dogs bite as a way to show love, not anger or dislike. This isn't even the kind of bite that breaks the skin though. It's more like a gentle nibble, often called cobbing, because it looks like they're nibbling on you the same way a person might nibble on corn on the cob. Rest assured, your dog isn't trying to eat you, they're just showing affection in their own unique way. Puppies in particular love to do this because it's how they communicate love with their siblings in the nest. If you're not a fan of this nibbling, don't worry, most dogs tend to grow out of it as they get older. Understanding your dog's behavior is the first step to strengthening your bond. If you don't know why random dogs regularly approach you, check out this video for some fascinating reasons. Have you ever encountered this nipping behavior in your dogs? We would love to hear from you in the comments section. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tips on keeping your dog happy.